Hello once again, and welcome back to the Monday Night Spurs show, where we're actually streaming on a Sunday. It's a transfer special tonight, being as the transfer window is set to close in but just over 24 hours now. Joining me tonight, we've got Gary from Tottenham Mail. Gary, thank you for joining me once again, mate. How are you feeling ahead of the deadline day tomorrow? A lot of movement today. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's going to be from what we can see, it looks like it's going to be a really busy deadline day, and hopefully we get a couple of good surprises as well. So let's see what happens. A little bit of optimism, but it can always disappoint.
It can always disappoint, and we never know. No matter how much we think a deal's done, Liverpool are just around the corner to take.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about incomings and possible outgoings tonight on the show. We'll start with the incomings because that looks like what's more likely at the moment. More likely that we've got incomings and players leaving. We'll start with Kulaszewski from Juventus. I'm going to put you on the spot a bit here, Gaz. Gaz, you got any knowledge of Kulaszewski? Have you seen him play?
Not really. All I know is that he's a 21-year-old Swedish international. I think he's got a Macedonian background of some kind, hence the name.
Right.
But no, I don't know too much about him. I think he went to Italy, obviously really young and all that. Young player of the season, I think. I don't know if it was last season or the season before.
2019, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but what we're told, he's a left-footed, right-sided player. Plays versatile though. He can play in that attacking role as a winger or as a centre attacking midfielder. But yeah, I mean, 21 years of age, he's got room to get better in the future as well. So, but yeah, there's a mixture of hype about this lad as well. So yeah, I think obviously people rather have Adama Traore, but I think look, let's just give this young lad a try. It's an 18-month loan deal, I believe.
It's a strange one, isn't it? With like a 40 million obligation, and they've got if we get Champions League, we have to make it permanent. There's loads of terms and conditions with this deal. What have you made of the mixed reaction from Spurs fans on Twitter? Have you seen the mixed reactions?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen mixed reactions and all that. I mean, there's a Sweden Spurs page on Twitter and all that. They're quite excited about this Kulaszewski joining Spurs, and then there's the other lot who are like the other Spurs fans who aren't so excited about it. I think it could just be a squad player, a bit like another Brian Gill and all that. But I think just give the boy some time. I mean, people are saying he could be like an unwanted player from Juve, but look, let's just give it time. I mean, new blood. Looks like an exciting player. Looks like he means business when he plays. Looks a bit of a serious player as well. So, we need that aggression. I think we do need a bit of aggression on the pitch from these young players. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. I think he'll do well.
Whatever way we want to look at it, whether if Paratici's signing himself out of Juventus or whatever way we want to look at it. I mean, it's an attacking option. I mean, and attacking wise, I mean, Lucas has stepped up a bit, but if we can get Lucas having a little bit of a rest, and him and Son and Kane, even Bergwijn if he stays, but it's all about options right now. We never know what tomorrow brings striker wise, but I think that's where the disappointment comes with this signing, is that we haven't got the right wing back, the striker, the centre back. So I think if we got them positions sorted first and then got this guy on top, I think people will be buzzing about him.
Yeah, I agree there. Yeah, I think what's crucial is we got to get the right players in the right position. See, for me, I think a defender isn't too crucial at the minute. I think we can wait till the summer for that. We've got two key players coming back from injury in Dyer and Romero. So there's going to be plenty of options at the back. There's also rumours that Joey Rodon could actually stay instead of going out on loan. But yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So lots going on at the minute. It could all change. They might be doing deals right now as we speak that we don't know about, that the media don't know about. So I think we are going to expect at least one surprise, I reckon.
Yeah, I think something I was chatting to my dad about the other day, which was Aston Villa. Do you remember the Danny Ings deal? They just signed.
Yeah.
There was no. It was just they just signed him, and everyone was like, "What's happened here?" Because we were linked with him, but there was no rumours at all of him going to Aston Villa, and he ended up at Aston Villa, signed on the spot, and then they done it again the other day with Callum Chambers. No one recalled Callum Chambers going to Villa. So whatever Villa do, I'm not sure, but yeah, their recruiting is very under the radar. The last player I remember who are signing under the radar was Heung-min Son. I don't remember any talk about that one. Do you remember any Sonny speculation?
Well, there was, I think about a year or so before he actually signed, we was linked with him. He was about 20, 21 at the time, and I think we was linked with him, but nothing ever materialised on that. And then like one day, you just go onto social media, and then you can see that Tottenham have agreed a fee for Son, and it just popped out of nowhere. I suppose you could say the same about that Luis Diaz transfer as well. That popped out of nowhere. I mean, that wasn't linked with him for a while. So I think it's better to actually, when the deals are saying Tottenham are linked with this player, it goes on for months and months on ends, and nothing ever happens. But I think when they, when someone pops out and says Tottenham have agreed a fee, this and that, I think they're the better deals. To be honest with you, they're short and sweet. They're not like, we're linked with a player, and then it just goes on, and nothing ever materialises. And in the end, they never turn up, never come.
And what I don't like with transfers, when we're linked with players, regardless of whoever our manager is, we're always linked with the same players. I think we're linked with like Weston McKennie and Adama Traore, regardless of who the manager was. I think it's happened. I can't think of another example off the top of my head, but we're always linked with players, no matter who the manager is. I think Kessie was another one. We were linked to Kessie in July, weren't we?
Yeah.
We've got a first comment. Whatever the two Juventus lads offer cannot be less than Lo Celso and Ndombele. They drained my enthusiasm.
Same.
We'll come on to Lo Celso and Ndombele shortly, but I think it's worth saying. I feel like just with them two going out the door, two new fresh faces, it just feels like a bit of a lift around the club. A bit of a refresh. No matter how small it is, we need some fresh blood. Are you excited to just see new faces on the bench, like on the team sheet? What are you thinking?
Excuse me. I look forward to the new faces being in the team, being in the squad. Hopefully, they do improve. Like I said to you in the last stream tell, I hope they improve the first team straight away. I mean, I can see. To be fair, I could probably see Kulaszewski probably not coming in the first team straight away, but the other lads possibly coming. Is it Bentancur? How you say his name?
Yeah.
Right. I think he could improve the first team straight away. Bit more, bit older, a bit more experience and all that. But I generally believe that this Bentancur lad is a good player. I've heard a lot of good things about him as well. I think he's a bit like more of a Højbjerg sort of player, but better.
That's what I've heard.
And again, he's another one who doesn't get injured either. He plays 90 minutes, a bit like Højbjerg, plays week in, week out, and that's what we need.
I think it's so important to get a central midfielder just for the sake of like Harry Winks and Skip. I hate to run them into the ground. Such an important position, and it really does ruin their careers if you're playing 38 games a season.
Yeah,
you need the little break, and they've just not had the quality to come off the bench in Lo Celso and Ndombele. They've just not been up for it to come off the bench. Our good man Lask is back in the building. Lask says, "I think we're linked with Basuma right now." We will come on to potential signings, but Gaz, thoughts on Basuma? Would you love to see him at the lane?
I would, but the thing is, I think we're signing too many central defensive midfielders now. Yeah. We've already got, like you said, Winks, Skip, Højbjerg, Bentancur. Now that's 4 midfielders, and I think if we wasn't going for Bentancur, then I'd definitely be up for Basuma. But I mean, where's he going to go? I mean, you're going to drop a couple of players. I mean, it's good to have the options, but I don't think Levy, Conte himself don't even like having options. I think, options, but not too many, like the long list of players in one position. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if it were to happen, I think the other player we was linked with was Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. So there's another midfielder there, Basuma and Douglas Luiz. What's your
thoughts on Douglas Luiz, mate? Because the money that's rumoured for Douglas Luiz, that could be spent so much better off.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think you can get like probably another right wing back or maybe another striker for that money. As I say, I think we've got too many centre mids now. I think if you're going to get a midfielder, you've got to get a central attacking midfielder. You've got to get a cam. You've got to get a playmaker. Yeah. I think that's the midfielder. No more like defensive midfielders or just normal CMs.
Sorry, guys, but it's an interesting one because we've got Bentancur looks like a done deal. I think just medicals pending. The Celso and Ndombele should be on the way out, but the other player who was meant to be coming in was that Amrabat, and he's another defensive-minded player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it's quite strange how all these players we're being linked with are defense-minded. I'm not really sure what the plan is here. Is it Paratici? Is it Conte? Or is that what they want? Have, two rocks in the middle and just let the attackers do the attacking side of things. What's your thoughts on the Amrabat deal? Again, on Twitter, people weren't too keen on the Amrabat deal.
No, but I think the theory is if Conte wants him, then we'll accept that because Conte comes across as a clever manager, and if he wants them players, then we'll support Conte in that. But not many players were too keen on that Amrabat deal. He looks like the sort of player who should play for Watford, really.
I thought that's who it was. I thought that's who it was.
Amrabat. No, I think it's his brother. I think he's got a brother called Nordin Amrabat, and he played for Watford. So, but yeah, I think because they've had a breakthrough with the Bentancur deal, I think they've rather opted for that instead. So it looks a bit better.
Yeah,
Bentancur rather than Amrabat. So yeah, I think time will tell if it was better. But I think looking at it, I think it was a better deal to bring in Bentancur.
Do you think it's Bentancur instead of Amrabat, or do you feel it's Bentancur and then if Dele Alli leaves, then we get Amrabat as well? I know they're different players, but do you think Amrabat could still come in if we get another one?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's all happening so fast. I've noticed all the central attacking midfielders in Ndombele, Lo Celso, and Dele have all been linked with a move away.
Yeah,
and we won't have any. So I don't know if it's Conte's system. I don't know if he plays different because he likes to play with his wing backs, and obviously he's two in the middle there, keeping it solid. So I don't know. It's a strange one. I think I don't think we'll have Amrabat coming in. I think if anything, you need to bring in either an attacking midfielder or the striker or wing back, or even a centre back. But I don't think a centre back will be coming in this January transfer window. A right wing back could be. But again, I don't think we're going to sign any defenders. I think we've got to get at least one or two attacking players. So like the striker or the central attacking midfielder, if we're going to go forwards for the rest of the season now.
Well, again, it's like we've said. It looks like Bentancur and Kulaszewski are coming in no matter what. I think the rest depends on who we get out. I mean, they're not going to sign another right back, are they? Unless they get out. They're not going to get rid of Emerson right now because I think they're too embarrassed to get rid of Emerson, aren't they? Lass says, I think we need a right wing back because Doherty is not a nice backup for Emerson. I don't think Emerson's a good backup for whoever is right back. Who would be your first choice as a right wing back? I mean, I'm sure you're going to say Lamptey, are you? But
what to bring in? I think it just goes without saying. Probably Lamptey. I can't think of any other half-decent wing back who would come in. It's a bit tough at the minute. I mean, if he was going to go, we was linked to that. Was it a Lille right back? Was it? What was his name? Atal, was it?
I've heard of Atal. I'm not.
Yeah, I think he's Algerian right back. I think he was linked with him for such a long time. I don't know, someone of that caliber, but I don't know. Yeah, but as it stands, I mean, Tariq Lamptey makes sense. He's homegrown as well. Young. I mean, going forward, he's a positive player. Going forward, a real threat. So for me, that would make sense to go for that. But I reckon that'd be more of a summer move, if anything.
Well, the other one was Jed Spence, wasn't it? We're linked to him.
Yeah.
He couldn't even play for us this window, could he? Because he played for two clubs already.
Yeah, so I think the plan is send him back out on loan or send him back to whoever he's playing for. I think he's currently on loan at the minute. So I think the plan would be probably just leave it for now and do a deal in the summer. So there'd be no point bringing him in.
Yeah, back to the centre midfielders, and Roy says Pape Sarr to come in the summer as well. I mean, that could be interesting, can't it? Wouldn't it? To see how Pape Sarr and Bentancur work in the middle. I mean, that could be quite interesting to see. I think Pape Sarr is more of a box-to-box. Are you excited to see Pape Sarr?
Yeah. Again, it'd be like a new signing because obviously he spent this season on loan at Metz and then he'll come in the summer full-time. But I don't know if... because this was signed while Nuno was in charge. So I don't know if Conte thinks different. But I think, again, just give this young lad a try and give him a pre-season. He does in pre-season. That's how you get the idea of all these new players. So I think he'll have a pre-season under his belt, Pape Sarr. And then if they think, he can do the job, then they'll keep him on. But if not, he'll probably have another season out on loan or up until January at least, the following season.
I'm fairly certain that Senegal are still in the tournament at AFCON. So I think
he could be right. Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see how far they get. I'm not sure if he's featured at all. I know Amrabat got knocked out tonight with Morocco.
Morocco, yeah.
So yeah, no Amrabat. Amrabat won't be lifting no trophies this month. Finished. So we talked about Basuma. What do you think of? Well, of course we need a fullback and a striker. I mean, that's what the unrest has been. There has been talk of Alvaro Morata. Was he someone who'd be keen on, or?
Not well. When he came to England, he didn't exactly set the league alight, did he? I mean, he was quite disappointing, to be fair. So I don't know if we want sort of players. Like bringing Soldado back, I think. So no, I mean, we've had Spanish strikers before. We've had Soldado, we've had Llorente. I mean, is Morata going to be, the real deal? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be going for someone like Morata personally. I think. Like I said in the other stream, one player I would like to see us make a bid for tomorrow. I mean, I doubt it's going to happen, but he's flying in his league at the minute, and that's Mitrovic.
No, yeah, he said, but yeah.
Yeah,
Did he?
They played on Saturday. He scored, actually. He scored, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I know you're a big fan of Mitrovic. Well, I'm thinking regarding the players we're trying to get out, I think we're still going to make another bid or a loan attempt for Jesse Lingard tomorrow. I think it just makes sense too. I'm not sure if I don't think it'll get accepted, but I think we'll make an attempt. But yeah, Mitrovic, you've suggested. Anyone else striker wise? It's really hard these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I think one player I'd like to see, another we should make a bid for, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
There's just a bit of breaking news. Frank Lampard actually been appointed as the new Everton manager.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think will Calvert-Lewin, if he had the chance to play for under Conte, or would he rather play under Lampard? Because for me, Everton look like they're in a bit of a mess at the moment. From top to bottom, the board, the players look fed up. This is how we've been feeling. I mean, hiring Rafa Benitez as well, I think was a new low for Everton. Deep down, they never wanted him.
Yeah, they so him.
So I think they're in a bit of a mess, and Calvert-Lewin probably don't want to be a part of that. So bring him to Spurs. But that's another player I'd like to see come in on deadline day.
Yeah, I'd love him, but money-wise, I can't.
They're probably going to ask for a lot of money. But I think if you offered like a couple of players, if you offered them like Doherty and Rodon for Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. Lass says he wants Aurier back. I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not sure how he's doing Aurier, but that'd be the worst Spurs thing to ever happen.
Nah.
Buy him out of his contract to let him go for free, and then buy him back to spend more money. Roy says, watch Jed Spence today for Forest. Nowhere near good enough. So it's quite interesting.
Okay.
Last, I hope we sell Delhi tomorrow. For a striker, even Jonathan David is amazing. Yeah, a lot of talk about Jonathan David.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see it, but yeah, I think we should. He's a young Canadian, plays with Alphonso Davies for the Canadian team as well. Plays for Lille. I think he's joint top goal scorer alongside who's he on top? Ben Yedder. Remember Ben Yedder? He's linked with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Mbappe not top goal scorer?
No, he's. I think he's third.
Yeah, I don't follow Ligue 1.
It's Ben Yedder for Monaco and Jonathan David for Lille.
Right, and so now we're going to look at outgoings. I mean, if it was down to me and you guys, I'm sure there'd be quite a few outgoings tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, let's have a look at what we've predicted. So, so we're going to start with Matt Doherty. Gary and I both think he's going to stay tomorrow. Gaz, why do you think Doherty's going to stay at the club tomorrow?
Well, because I don't think we're linked with any right wing backs in this transfer window. So I think, and obviously Emerson Royale's only joined us in the summer. So I think both Emerson and Doherty are both going to be the first choice right back. So you've got the both of them going to be the right wing back options for the rest of the season now, and also Tanganga. So I think I think them two. Not brilliant options, but Emerson might come good. He's still young. Doherty, has been poor throughout this being a Spurs player. So, but I think they're going to end up staying till the end of the season at least anyway. So for me, I think Doherty will stay.
Do you think Doherty stays because no one wants him? Or do you think he stays because Conte wants to keep him?
No, I actually genuinely think he's going to stay because of the homegrown reasons. He's a homegrown player.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the only reasons, because I noticed we're bringing in a lot of foreign players. And it talks about Delhi leaving as well, so you're going to lose another homegrown player there. So I think it's just logic to keep him just for now because of the homegrown reasons.
Yeah, right. Moving on to our next player, we've got Tanganga again, homegrown. We both think he's going to stay. The only link I remember with Tanganga was the AC Milan move. Since then, I've not heard nothing else.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Tanganga then?
Well, again, I think they are open to selling him, but again, it'll just be more of a summer move. But I think he will stay this transfer window. Probably got up until the summer to prove himself. I think they are open to selling him. He's not brilliant. He hasn't been brilliant lately, anyway. So I think, but again, he can play at the right wing back option. Plays a centre back. So he's a bit versatile there.
He tries to play. I don't think he can play there, but I think he tries.
He tries to play. Yeah, I think he's just probably ain't got a choice. But no, I think generally he'll stay. And again, homegrown reasons, like you said, Tel.
I think, well, I presume with Romero and Dyer coming back, his opportunities will be limited now.
Yeah.
No League Cup and no European football. So we've got the FA Cup at next weekend. I would do wonder if Tanganga will play. I hope Romero comes back straight into the team.
Yeah, same.
What do you reckon? Do you think Tanganga starts that?
What, against Brighton? Nah, I think he'll go fully strength because this is another Premier League team you're playing. For me, it just wouldn't make sense to rotate against the Premier League side in the FA Cup. So I'd go full strength. I think, like you said, there's no European football, and we've just got we've got a good path to hopefully go far in the FA Cup.
All right. Next up, we have got Joe Rodon. Interesting one. So I've gone for Leeds United. Gary's gone for Brighton. I can see why you've gone for Brighton. Do you want to explain why you've chose Brighton?
Yeah, only because of the fact that I think one of their defenders is closing in on a move to Newcastle. Dan Burn, is it?
Yeah, Dan Burn.
Yeah, so I think they'll go for Joe Rodon on loan. While we're there, I think we should inquire for Tariq Lamptey. Going back to strikers, actually, I think we should make a cheeky punt on Neil Maupay.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know what they'd value him at.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but I think throw it at them. They might say yes, but I think they'll probably value him at such a high rate as well. But I think if we're serious and we want a striker, I mean, with Maupay as well, he plays with a bit of aggression as well. Yeah, so and he's on his day, he's a goal scorer. I mean, he doesn't have to be, Harry Kane type player. Just chip him with somewhat between 5 and 10 goals for backup striker.
What would be interesting if Rodon did go to Brighton, I believe he's cup tied, isn't he, Rodon now?
Yeah.
Play for us against Morecambe.
So, and I think going back to Kulaszewski and Bentancur, I think the beauty of that is that they won't be cup tied. They've never played in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But the problem with Traore is that he was cup tied.
Yeah.
So he'd never have played. So I think maybe Bentancur and Kulaszewski made sense.
But yeah, with Joe Rodon, for me, I've gone for Leeds United. There's no logic behind it, really. The only thing I've gone for, they're quite hampered with injuries, aren't they, Leeds?
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got a bit of a depleted side at the minute. And I think, I think both clubs are a good move for Joe Rodon, but obviously it's down to him what one he would pick. But I think in both of those teams, he's definitely going to be an automatic starter for either or. I
think there's been instances this season where Calvin Phillips has played centre back. I think he even may have played centre back against us. I think he did.
Yeah, it looked like he did. Yeah, but again, that's because Leeds were depleted. But it shows he can do a job there as well. A bit like Declan Rice, he can do a job at centre back, but I prefer him as a midfielder. So
he's much better midfielder.
I'd say so.
Player. Yeah, he's a good centre back, but he can play football, so you need him up the pitch a bit more.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I've gone for Leeds. Gaz has gone for Brighton. We'll see tomorrow. But would you definitely say he's on the move tomorrow? I'd say definite.
Oh, I've seen a report saying there he could end up staying.
But what are you going for? You going Brighton? You committing to it?
Yeah, I'm going for Brighton. Yeah.
One more thing on the Joe Rodon and Brighton. Roy says, hope Lloris is back in goal for Brighton. That'll ruin the mood, won't it? Galini back in goal for Brighton.
No, don't. Yeah.
All right. Next player we are looking at Delhi. Now, controversial one. This, Gaz, you've gone for Newcastle. You may have changed your mind by now. What you thinking? Still going for Newcastle?
Yeah, I'd say Newcastle will probably be his first choice. I mean, they'd pay his wages and he'd play week in. But then again, they've just signed this Guimarães from Lyon.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be interested in him. But then again, they've got loads of money to spend. So I don't know where Dele would go. I don't know if he'd favour a move to somewhere like Everton, to be fair. I mean, both are in a bit of a relegation fight, if I'm being honest. I mean, Everton are not exactly far away from relegation. Newcastle are obviously in the relegation zone. But I don't know where Dele would go. I mean, if he was to go elsewhere, I think he would consider going to France or Spain or even Germany. Maybe someone like Bayer Leverkusen would be a good move for him. But if he was to go England, it'd definitely be either Newcastle or Everton. I just can't think where he'd go. I mean, would he go Crystal Palace?
Yeah, well, in a Tottenham point of view, we don't want to loan him to a rival, do we? I mean,
no.
If West Ham were at the bottom, we'd probably loan him to West Ham.
I reckon so. I mean, and if they wanted to like if he was banging form Dele and we was open to a loan move, he'd probably go somewhere like Man City or Man United.
But this one is a weird one. Lascelles Everton signed Donny van der Beek. He won't go to them. I see why you said that, but I just think Lampard. I think every manager feels like they can get the best out of someone, don't they? And I think Lampard would believe he can get the best out of Dele.
Yeah.
And I think Dele would want to go there. I think, big crowds at Everton, and you can become a fan's favourite quite easily if you hit the ground. But it's such a shame with Dele. I mean, I've loved Dele for years, but I think he's had more bad years than good years now at Spurs. And
I'd say so. Yeah, I think he just looks like he's fallen out of love of football. He just don't look the same player like he did years when he was 20, 21, signed from Milton Keynes, and he was superb. He was brilliant. And this is why we never actually brought in a central attacking midfielder, because he was the goal scorer. But I think we should have maybe sold when we had the chance. But then again, it was like, we always were like a selling club. We can't hold on to players because we don't pay the wages, don't have Champions League football, this and that. But then there might be a reason behind that. A player like Dele who's just not interested anymore. So who knows? But it's a strange one. I don't know. I mean, don't be surprised if Dele would stay because of the homegrown reasons as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we sold Dele, Doherty and Tanganga, we'd have to sign an English player or a homegrown player at least.
Yeah. I think Spurs have been the victims of the Dele Alli saga, if you want to call it that, because, like we said, he was a midfielder. He used to create, and he scored goals. So he was almost a second striker at times, wasn't he? To play to Harry Kane, but he just hasn't got the legs no more. I think I reckon in the five-a-side he'd be brilliant. He'd probably be the best player on the pitch on a five-a-side pitch, but 11 aside, I just don't think he's got the legs in him no more. And whatever move he goes on to make, it won't be above Spurs. Even if he was, I know he was linked to PSG. I think he was linked to AC Milan today. Did you read that? But
I saw that.
But I don't know if you'd class AC Milan's bigger than Tottenham, but Premier League wise, he ain't going better than Tottenham. But
no, I wouldn't say so. No.
Are you going for Newcastle then as Dele's destination tomorrow?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I've just seen they signed Guimarães and then Van de Beek went to Everton on loan. I don't know. He'd probably end up staying, to be honest. But if he does move, he probably will go to Germany. Someone like I said, Bayer Leverkusen. I think Borussia Dortmund would be a great move for him.
Yeah. I really hope he goes away and actually delivers. I want him to just find his love for football again. Really, I really want him to do well. Sometimes you let players go and you don't really care what happens to him. But Dele, I just love him to come back, and for the sake of Tottenham, for the sake of England, if he can get back in the England squad, I just think he's finished. To be honest, but do you think he's finished as a footballer?
No, probably. I don't know. Probably. I think he'll. If he wants to move on from Tottenham and find his form again, he'll probably have another good few years. But it could end up being the same old story wherever he goes. So no, I still think there's a good player there, but I don't think he wants to be at Tottenham anymore. You can see it in his body language, see it on the pitch, and I just think Spurs ain't the club for him anymore. I think he does want to move on. I think he does want to change.
Yeah.
So, but I think he will be moving on in the near future.
Yeah, I can't imagine a deadline day tomorrow where a lot of focus will be on Delhi. I think there'll be a lot of reporters asking any updates on Delhi.
Yeah.
So, and you never know. I think there will be a few clubs, inquiring tomorrow. I think I read Brighton declined their interest. I think they tried to get him moved to Brighton and they said no, not interested. But I couldn't imagine him at Brighton, to be honest with you.
Nah.
Let's talk about this man. I think it's almost done now. He's in France now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think there's no debate now. He's going to end up at Lyon. He thought he was going PSG at some point. I think we all did, but not sure. I think the reasons he didn't get the PSG move was that they couldn't get players off the books.
Something like that, yeah. I think the wage bill is like ridiculous. It's something like I don't know, £30 million a year in wages or something like that, or more. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I mean, I think the average yearly wage for players at a club like, say, Spurs is half of that. I think it's like 10 million, something. But annually, I'm talking. But yeah, obviously, Ndombele is the club where he's at. Lyon, he had good form there at Lyon. He was a brilliant player. I think they'll welcome him back all day long. I think he's still loved over there. But yeah, I think that move are doing well. I think going there on loan and get him off the wages as well. But I think, to be fair, I don't think it would have made a difference. I mean, what's he on at Spurs? 200, 250k a week. I think I think the wages, he probably would have got that at Lyon, to be honest. So,
yeah, I think Lyon are gonna love him again, aren't they, for coming back? I think it's a bit like Lyon feel like Ndombele chose Lyon, but he didn't really. I think it feels like Ndombele just wanted to leave Spurs, didn't he? As soon as he signed us, he regretted it. And it's just never worked out for him. But again, a massive shame. But I'm glad he's going, to be honest with you. I mean, whatever the wages and wage budgets, it don't really affect us as fans, does it? We don't really care about that. But the wages he's on, and I've never seen a player steal a living like he has. I mean, Celso to talk about shortly, but Ndombele won't be missed, to be honest with you, and he won't be missed in the team, will he? Because he didn't make a difference.
No, I don't think so. He did early on. I mean, this boy was meant to be Moussa Dembele's replacement, and for what we saw early on, he looked brilliant. He looked superb, and I thought, blimey, we've got ourselves a right good midfielder here. But he just never maintained it. There was times he was just poor, he was just slow, he was always injured, and again, just like same as Dele Alli, just looked like he had that couldn't be bothered attitude. And I think that's what Conte's looking at. I think Conte wants players who are going to, play for the team and play for football and all that. And obviously, that's why he's got players like Ndombele, Lo Celso, Dele, all want him out the door because they're not showing the right attitude on the pitch.
It will be really interesting to see how he gets on at Lyon. Like, is he going to start sprinting, on the pitch? Is he going to start taking every man on? So it'll be one to keep an eye on when he makes his debut for Lyon, how he actually performs, or is he going to still have that laid back attitude?
No, I don't know, but he just never looked settled when he was over here. So I think he's going to feel right at home again in Lyon. So I mean, all the best of luck to him. Really, that's all I can say.
With the Lyon move, I think it's a loan, isn't it, till the end of the season?
Yeah, it's a loan. I think they've got the option to buy as well. I mean, Levy, he's got to buy back their own players for that money.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen then, end of the season? Do you think he'll rediscover his form and then maybe a PSG will sign him at the end of the season? Or do you think he'll make the Lyon move permanent?
I don't know. I reckon he might use Lyon to get his form. I reckon if he does well, there might be people might say, "Oh, bring back Ndombele, he's done well." But I think in a way, I hope he does really well at Lyon. Then they're going to say we want to buy him at the end of the season, and then just look elsewhere. Just start fresh with the scouting. But if he does well at Lyon, and then he says, "I want to play at Tottenham," I mean, I can't see it personally. I think he's been here for over 3.5 years in England. And he's been poor. Overall, he's not been great. So, but in a way, I hope he does do well with Lyon, just for them to say, yeah, we want to sign him permanently, and just cut our losses.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And if he does well at Lyon, of course, his valuation goes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like if he does well at Lyon, the valuation of him now isn't what he'll be worth. He'll be worth what he is at the end of the season. So
yeah,
again, hopefully he does well. And hopefully we get a bit of something for him. I mean, anything will be good right now. Next up,
for sure.
Gio Lo Celso. I've gone for Lo Celso as the one to end up staying out of Lo Celso, Dele, and Tongi. I just feel like a deal would collapse. He already seems to be a bit fussy, doesn't he? He rejected Lyon earlier.
Yeah.
So
I've just seen a report actually. I think he's closing in on a loan move to Villarreal.
Yeah. So I'm not looking at my phone right now, but so Atletico Madrid, has he been linked with Atletico?
I think he was. I think there was talks about Atletico probably taking him in on loan till the end of the season, but I'm not sure. I think they signed someone today. I think they signed a young player, but he's being loaned back to a team in Portugal. But there was a link. He was linked with Lyon. He was linked with. I think he was linked with an Italian side. Was he not?
I know Valencia. You're linked with.
Yeah, he was linked with Valencia. And I think all of them, like Seville, I think was another one. But I think now he's struck a deal with Villarreal.
So Villarreal are going to have what? Lo Celso, Juan Foyth, Capoue, and Aurier.
Yeah.
Little Tottenham dream team coming on here. But it's interesting, isn't it, to see how these players don't make the cut in the Premier League.
Yeah.
In the Liga, they're fine, you know.
Yeah.
And
different leagues.
Yeah, I feel like with Lo Celso La Liga, I've got no doubts he'll be brilliant. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of them players. I'm not sure if it's the fitness here, or the pace of the game, or how physical it is. But why do you think it's not worked out for Lo Celso?
Well, again, I think it's we were saying it's about Ndombele, just couldn't settle, and I think it's the same for Lo Celso, just can't settle. So, like you said, Tel, it might just be the pace of the game, and probably just wasn't meant to be. I mean, we took a punt on him. It wasn't brilliant. I mean, there was times when he looked really good. I said under Mourinho, I think he's going to be a good player for Tottenham, but obviously injuries, that's the thing, injuries as well. And we just got frustrated with it all. So, excuse me. Just got frustrated with the injuries, the fitness, and again, probably just didn't have the attitude either.
I think,
go on.
Yeah, I think at the time when we signed Lo Celso and Ndombele, we were actually relying on them to be good. Like, I think because Moussa Dembele was sold.
Yeah.
And I think the midfield was what we had, like Sissoko and Winks, but we needed. I think if they had someone else in that midfield, like a fit Moussa Dembele, to help them settle in, but because we had to rely on them straight away, they almost had no one to guide them in midfield.
Yeah.
Like I think we tried Lo Celso and Ndombele together away at Lask, and we drew 3-3. It just didn't work.
No, it didn't work. No,
Tottenham could just never find the right combination, and because we paid big money for both of them, I think I think Levy tried to tell the managers, you've got to play him because we spent a lot of money on him. And Lo Celso was a loan, wasn't it? And then he got made permanent.
Yeah, that's right.
We even had the warning signs with Lo Celso. We've got another comment here regarding Bentancur and Kulaszewski. They've said Bentancur and Kulaszewski are good players, but Juventus don't play well and don't know how to make the most of them. What do you make of that one? I'm not too sure on any of that, really.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, we don't really watch a lot of Serie A football anyway. But I mean, the only time we ever do watch Italian football is when the Italians are in the Champions League. And so the thing is with me, I always think Juventus always have a big squad anyway. I mean, how do you play all them players in once? I mean, you've got Aaron Ramsey, who doesn't play a lot. It talks about him going out on loan or even being sold. Weston McKennie is another one as well. It's just absolutely packed with midfielders in that squad. And you can only play 11 players on the pitch.
You got Rabiot as well.
Rabiot's another one as well.
Artur.
Artur.
So
it just goes on. And they've signed another midfielder today. They signed that Zakaria.
Sorry, good player.
from Gladbach, I think he plays. And I just think probably just not set. Probably there's no automatic, there's no automatic starters in that team, and it's as and when kind of thing. I don't know. That's the impression I'm under, but maybe they don't get regular minutes. I mean, obviously, your star players like your strikers, your attackers for Juve and all that, and your star centre back when Chiellini's there. They start week in, week out, but I think it's a lot of rotation at them sort of clubs.
I think even at Dybala, I don't think even Dybala's settled. I'm not sure how often he plays, but I don't feel like he plays every game either. One player who I was thinking about earlier, I haven't got a clue where he is or if he plays for Juventus still. Douglas Costa.
Yeah, I can't think who he plays for now. No, I don't know who he plays for now. He's sort of guy who goes back to Shakhtar Donetsk, didn't he, or someone?
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you. I thought of his name earlier, like a good pacey Brazilian.
Yeah, good player actually.
Not sure what happened to him. So with this, these were our predictions from earlier. I said he'll stay. Gary said Atletico Madrid, but it looks like Villarreal now. I've not looked at my phone for about an hour now, so the news is changing all the time. So I couldn't tell you what's happening exactly right now. But Gaz, you've said Villarreal were close.
Yeah, that's what I saw anyway. I saw Villarreal were close, and it looks like he could be going Villarreal on loan.
Yeah, what do you think of the move then?
I think it'd be good for him. Obviously, go back to Spain as well and recapture his form. But again, I don't think he's going to be wanted back when he returns. So hopefully there's going to be an option to buy. And again, same story. If he does well at Villarreal, then they're going to keep him. But I think deep down, Lo Celso probably does want to go back to Spain. Looks the sort of player who hasn't settled once again. And again, it's a shame because he looked promising when he signs, but just wasn't meant to be. And again, we just have to start off fresh. I think you get these two players out, Ndombele and Lo Celso, and it could, like you said, Tel, just boost the team up.
No, it's the problem. I mean, this has been 3 years. They've had the chances, they've had the opportunity.
They have had the chances, and they've just failed to deliver.
We've played Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. And, they don't stand out in any of these games.
No, of course not. They don't.
It's worse. And then, Ndombele walking off the pitch against Morecambe when you're 1-0 down. It just sums it all up.
He was he was shocking against Morecambe. He was terrible. Absolutely shocking. And, you think you pay all that money for a player and someone who's that good, and he can't even do a job against Morecambe. He probably just couldn't be asked to play.
We've got some chat about Aaron Ramsey. Good luck trying to shift Aaron Ramsey on 400k a week.
That's a lot of money.
But again, this is Paratici put him on 400k a week. That's the problem, Paratici's the one.
Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He was a good player, Aaron Ramsey. He was a brilliant player, but I think 400 grand a week, I think that's too much.
What are you going to do with that?
It's just too much. I probably would have offered a top club like Juventus and a good player like Ramsey, but you're going to offer like 200k a week, 250 a week maximum. I think he just got greedy, and obviously this is the reason why Arsenal never paid that money for him. But I don't think they paid a transfer fee for Ramsey anyway, so they got him in on a free, and they just thought, well, pay him the wages because we're not paying a transfer fee. So whatever the wage budget is over the 5 years,
Ramsey is a parasite. He doesn't want to lose €1 of his salary. But it will be. I'm not sure if he's even match fit, Ramsey, but it will be interesting to see where he ends up. He'll probably end up staying, won't he? He's probably not too bothered. He'll probably end up staying, but I couldn't see him going back to Arsenal, or even back in the Premier League. The only club who would probably afford him is Newcastle, Manchester City, but I don't think Man City will buy him. I think they think bigger and better. I think if anyone could buy him, it'd be Newcastle. But like I said, they've just signed that Guimaraes from Lyon, so I don't think he'll be going there anytime soon. Yeah. So I think we've got one more player left to look at, and it's Steven Bergwijn. So interesting one with Bergwijn. With Kulaszewski coming in now, we never know. We may get. There's rumours about Ousmane Dembele as well. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Bergwijn. I do believe Ajax are going to make a real attempt tomorrow to try and bring him in. And Bergwijn is in Amsterdam right now, isn't he? He's back home.
Yeah.
So, Gaz, you think he will end up at Ajax tomorrow? Yeah.
I reckon he'll only end up at Ajax if we bring in a striker tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if we don't bring him in, then I think he will stay because I think Conte wanted to use him as a like a backup striker, like the sub, like the striker sub, and obviously we see it recently against Leicester. He got them 2 goals, and he scored the goals like a centre forward. So I think if we don't sign a striker, then I think Bergwijn will stay. But I think if we do sign the striker, then he will go to Ajax. But yes, that's 50-50 for me.
Yeah, well, I've gone for him staying. I don't know. I just think he'll stay because more because I don't think we'll get a replacement. But 20. If we got 25 mil for Bergwijn, I think it'll be like 25 million euros and about 21 million pounds.
Yeah, but give or take.
That's still quite a lot of money to put towards a player, whoever that would be. But interesting one. I don't think there'll be anything going on tomorrow, to be honest with you. But I do think they'll make a good attempt to get him. I'd like to see him now stay to the end of the season at least. See what he can do. Conte's put a bit of faith in him.
Yeah.
But if his dream move is Ajax, so be it. But yeah, interesting one, Bergwijn.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a lot of talk about him going back to Ajax, of course, but like I say, I think he'll only go there if we do bring in that striker. But if he can stay and be that backup striker and chip in with some goals, then it'd be worth him staying. And then obviously if he does want to have his heart set on a move till the end of the season, then that's fine. I can deal with that. I mean, he's not exactly set the league alight though when he signs. I mean, he come in early doors, signed in the first few matches he played, looked good, and after that he just went dry again. Going through virtually the whole season and scoring 1 goal, and that comes towards the end of the season. So I don't know. I think it's such a risk with Dutch players from the Dutch league or players just from the Dutch league in general. I just think it's just such a risk. Some of them do pay off, some of them do play off, but some of them have been a flop, like Vincent Janssen when he come.
Yeah,
another flop. It was a shame because I liked him. He was such a good player, but he just didn't have his shooting boot. He left his shooting boots back home in Holland.
Yeah, now he's in Mexico?
Yeah, he's in Mexico. Yeah.
But one thing we could say about Steven Bergwijn, and we might as well talk about this transfer now. But Conte or Tottenham have showed faith in Bergwijn by loaning out Bryan Hill.
Yeah.
So it gives Bergwijn more opportunities to play with Bryan Hill. He doesn't really feature much anyway, Bryan Hill.
He doesn't, no.
What have you made of the Bryan Hill loan deal to Valencia? Is it?
Yeah, he's gone to Valencia on loan. I think he should have gone to a move in the Premier League. I think he should have stayed in the Prem, get some minutes. A team like, I don't know, Norwich, Burnley, or Leeds United. I think he would have done well at Leeds United, to be fair. They've got that sort of calibre at the club. Rafinha, Bryan Hill. I think that could be a good little... Yeah, Rodrigo, another one as well. But yeah, I think he should have gone for a loan in the Premier League. I mean, that's what we done with Nkudu. When we signed Nkudu, what was it? He went to Burnley.
Oh yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, that is really.
He went Burnley on loan. At least it was another Premier League club. I mean, it wasn't brilliant, wasn't great, but and obviously he's in Besiktas now, playing in the Turkish league. But yeah, I think Gil should have gone to another Premier League club, get used to the league, and then come back to Spurs next season and hopefully get some more minutes. But I think if this Gil lad was as good as what they said he was, then he'd be in the first team straight away. But okay, I've not really seen. I've seen glimpses of Gil, but I think going out on loan, I think it just shows that he's not ready for the Prem. Probably come back next season and get better.
Do you think he will come back then? Do you feel? I saw that Tottenham refused to make any options or obligations to buy.
Yeah,
strictly a loan. But do you think he will come back, or do you think they'll try and make him permanent?
No, I think he'll come back. He'll definitely come back. But I think again, like we said about Pape Sarr, I think just give him a pre-season and see what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if it still don't work out, then you'll have to just sell him on the permanent again. Just cut your losses. But I want him to do well because he looks the part. He looks good. I mean, this was the same old story when we signed Lamela. When he first signed, needed time to settle in, wasn't used to the league. And it probably took Lamela, 2-3 years to actually really get going.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be the same story for Gil.
Yeah, so that is it then, really, for incoming outgoing. So got 2 more questions for you guys. The first one is, We've got one more comment on Brian Hill. Very skillful Hill, but overestimated his physicality for the Prem. But look, it's good. He's a good little dribbler, but I think quite limited, really. I think not as tricky as Modric, is he? So
no, I wouldn't say so.
It'll be interesting to see what happens to Brian Hill. So 2 more questions for you, and if you're watching this live on YouTube, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. What would be your dream deadline day signing tomorrow? But keep it realistic, of course. So if you get one player in tomorrow, who would it be?
Oh, tough one. So with the 2 players coming in, on top of that, I feel like we need either a central attacking midfielder or a striker. If we're going to get a striker, it's got to be someone along the lines. See, for me, I'd be happy with someone like Mitrovic, absolutely scoring for fun at the minute in the Championship. And we could offer him an early pass to the Premier League straight away. If not, someone like Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be a dream signing for me. I can't think who else. I mean, who was the other one was linked to? I mean, I would like to see Dybala as well come in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dybala would be a great shout as well. But if we're going on the central attacking midfielder lines, for me, I think we should go back in for Hassam Aouar. But Lyon have just sold that midfielder. They're getting Ndombele back. So I think we should go for Aouar instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would like to see personally an attacking-minded player sign tomorrow. But no more defenders, no more midfielders, unless they're attacking. But yeah. What about you, Tel? What's your...
we've got 2 comments here. Roy says Griezmann. It would be lovely, Griezmann. But this is just wishful thinking. And Lasker said Tarek Lamptey. One thing I've read about Tarek Lamptey, he's body conditioning. Apparently, he can't play 90 minutes because of his physique. He's too muscly. So they have to monitor his physique and his body and his training, his minutes, because of his physique is very muscly for his height. Same with Adama Traore, how he can't play 90 minutes because he fatigues too quickly. But,
I've noticed that. Yeah.
But Lamptey and Griezmann would be lovely. I think I'm going to steal one of your suggestions and go for Dybala. It's my dream signing tomorrow. Someone that can play as the cam, can play up front, can play on the left, right wing, and he's almost a wild card, isn't he? Dybala, you never know what you're going to get from him. He can score 30 yards, score a tap in. Don't think he's out of set pieces as well. So someone that can take a set piece would be tasty tomorrow. But I feel like there might be an attempt for Basuma tomorrow. I'm not sure what will happen there. But it sounds like the Ousmane Dembele rumours will pop up tomorrow. But that one just doesn't make any sense to me, Ousmane Dembele. Getting another winger with no point.
Well, I have seen as well on social media that apparently the Sociedad striker, Alexander Isak, is actually in London.
Yeah, I've read that. Yeah,
he's actually in London. I think if linked with a move to Arsenal, I think. But I think we should make a punt on that.
Yeah, he had a good Euros, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's Sweden as well, same as Kulaszewski. Get a bit of a Swedish mafia going on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the last Swede to play for Tottenham, but there's only one I can think of.
Eric Edman.
That's what I'm thinking. So that must be Eric Edman.
I can't think of any other Swedish internationals who have played for Spurs. I genuinely can't think.
Yeah, so I think it might just be Eric Edman. I've got names in my head like Leonardson, but I think he is from Norway.
No, Norway. I think they were from.
You've got Eric Forsfeldt, but I'm not sure where he was from.
I think he sounds Norwegian as well.
He sounds Norwegian, but it looks
it could be Danish. One of the two. I'm not sure.
And then Bentancur, Uruguay. I don't know if we've had any players from Uruguay, have we? Or Poyet.
Yeah, we had Gus Poyet. And I think that's it.
Yeah, so at least there's someone who's played for him. Lasker says Dybala free next year should happen. That's the thing with Dybala. He's out of contract in the summer. Same with Lingard. I'm sure there'll be some little bids or, some inquiries tomorrow.
Some inquiries, yeah. I remember one deadline day, we was linked to Moussa Sissoko. Well, we signed Moussa Sissoko on deadline day. And, everyone was saying there'd be no more transfer activity from Spurs. And the next thing you know, Sissoko's popped up and signed for Tottenham.
That was a very late transfer, wasn't it?
That
was 11 p.m. But
that was a late deal.
that was one transfer that I was a little bit disappointed not to happen. Was the Genie Wijnaldum deal? I would have liked to have seen him at Spurs.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Wijnaldum. Or, I mean, even when PSG offered players, well, supposedly offered players, I think they offered some quality players. I think one of them who was offered that I would have taken all day long was Julian Draxler.
Yeah.
Quality player. I rate him a lot. Another good player, I think. Paredes is good. I think the whole squad's really good, to be fair. I would have taken, even if they offered Icardi, the striker.
Yeah. Is he out of contract in the summer as well?
I'm not sure. I know he's not been getting minutes because obviously they're playing Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi now, and not really getting a look in at Paris. Yeah,
yeah. Di Maria would be good. Yeah, that would be lovely. But yeah, Argentines are a tricky one at Tottenham.
A bit of a curse at the minute, and the only decent Argentine we had was Pochettino, the manager.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Romero comes good as well.
Yeah, hopefully Romero. Gazzaniga for me was good.
Yeah, and then Foyth, not for me.
Hit and miss for me.
Right, and final question, and I want you guys in the chat to let us know what you think. With just Kulaszewski and Bentancur coming in, where are we finishing this season with just those two signings?
Just them two signings. It's a tough one. I mean, I just like to see how they're going to do. I think we need one more player. If you was to ask me, them two plus one more player, either the striker or the central attacking midfielder, I'd say we're more than capable of getting top four. Mm-hmm. But I think with them two at the minute, I think it'll go to the wire. But I think it needs to depend on these players' attitudes, whether they want to play and really get stuck in and buy into the project, or is it just going to be another Lo Celso and Ndombele sort of player just sit there? But I mean, I'm under the impression that the Bentancur midfielder, for example, he looks like the sort of player who wouldn't rest, who's not going to. He looks like he's got the sort of Højbjerg vibe. That's what I'm seeing in him. So I'm quite confident that he's going to do well. And Kulaszewski, I mean, it could take a bit of time, but I think they're going to really work with these lads more than what with Brian Gill anyway. I think they're going to really work with this Kulaszewski lad. And I think he's going to, and hopefully he'll do well in the future for Spurs anyway.
So what are you going for then? Which position?
Tough one. I think it'll go to the wire. We've still got the games in hand as well.
That's a good point.
And we've got the games in hand, and we win there, we go top four. So I think we're capable of doing it, top four. I think West Ham will fade. I think they will slide. And I think the other team will slide at Arsenal. They're loaning all these players out. And they're bringing no one in. Really thin squad at the minute. I mean, there's talks about Aubameyang going out on loan to Barca.
And of course, United have got some troubles in the dressing room now as well, haven't they?
Yeah, a bit of trouble there. Yeah, won't go into that one. Like, it's so disturbing, but that could affect their season.
Lasker says, I really think we will get fourth or fifth. That's what I am. I'm about 4.5 right now. I'm torn between fourth and fifth.
See, I'd be happy with fifth if we won the FA Cup.
Yeah, 100%.
Fifth, sixth, seventh, as long as if we won the FA Cup. But that's if. But if we got top four and didn't win any trophies, I'd be happy with that.
I think this season really does depend on the transfer window. If we get top four, we can attract some top draw players, and Conte and top four is a lot different to Poch and top four, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think another thing as well, there's been these rumours about Traore coming in and Luis Diaz coming in. These reporters were saying, there's £4 or £5 million in the valuation. Yeah. Like, for example, it would say Tottenham are £5 million away from meeting the asking price of Wolves for Traore. And then the next thing you know, nothing gets done. Yeah, nothing gets done. He goes to Barcelona. And I'm thinking that £4 million, £5 million could be the worst £5 million we've not spent, because that's going to make us turn our backs on the club. Yeah, because they wouldn't spend the £5 million extra.
Yeah, and then that's where you lose the revenue from missing out on Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. That £5 million could make a difference. You might make a small loss, but in the future you're going to make that back. So, I don't think they see that, the board. So,
I think we should address one more thing quickly. Tomorrow, apparently, there's going to be protests outside Hotspur Way. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
What do you think the fans are right to protest tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, because look, it's it's been underwhelming. I mean, we've been lied to. We have generally been lied to. You look at all the statements that Daniel Levy's said, saying money we're getting is going to be reinvested back into the squad. I just think it's not been good enough, personally. You keep inquiring for players, but you're not going to spend that extra £5-6 million. You keep doing these silly offers like, loan obligations to buy, loan options to buy. I mean, he's even said before that he's an ambitious chairman, but I've not seen announced an ambition from him.
That's what we've said just once. Just do it once. Just
just do it. Yeah, actually sign some quality proven players and it'll work wonders. I mean, for me, I feel like there's quality free agents to sign as well in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And, and get them in. And I think also, my theory is, what's the point in having like director of football, a scout, a recruitment manager, if you're not going to sign any players?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, what is the point in it?
Well, this is what always wound me up with this scouting. Like before, remember when we was looking for a creative midfielder and then the only player they could find was Eriksen, who we sold.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we'll only sign Eriksen if we sell Dele Alli. It's just the recruitment's just...
Yeah, it is poor. It is really, I think Levy just needs to step back. I think he just needs to set like Paratici and the recruitment side of it. Give him a budget. Just say, that's the budget. Get who you want. And that's the wage budget, etc. And I just think they all need to be on the... See, for me, I feel like Paratici's on the same page as Levy. Doing everything on the cheap, cutting a few quid here and there, and it's just going to have effects in the long run.
It's all to do with loan fees, obligations to buy, option to buy.
Yeah, see, I know we've got an obligation to buy for Romero, and it wouldn't surprise me if Levy actually negotiated the price with Atalanta.
So we've got a comment here from Roy. Roy says, I think we're going to make a shock signing tomorrow. Let's hope so. We do hope so.
Well, let's see. I mean, what did I see? I see some really outrageous rumour earlier saying that Van der Vaart says Tottenham should go in for Ziyech from Chelsea. I mean, I don't think Chelsea are going to do business with us for a start, and I don't think Ziyech's going to come to Tottenham either.
Should we just get Jermaine Defoe back?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, just get Defoe back, yeah.
Dragon says, are there any other players that have links to them? Anyone else? I think it's just Ousmane Dembele, isn't it? We're linked with Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah. From what I've seen, Ousmane Dembele, I don't think he'd sign. I'm not sure if he's the player for us. I think he's going to be another Ndombele. I don't know. I mean, he's been injured for a long time as well. I wouldn't want Ousmane Dembele at Spurs personally. I can't think. I mean, the closest when it comes to strikers and that, it's Morata. But
whoever we get linked with tomorrow, we hope it's quite late on in the day, really, just in case someone does come in and steal the player. So I reckon around 7 p.m. tomorrow. I said 6 p.m. today. There'll be Dybala rumours, but there has been no Dybala rumours yet.
No, but I reckon. Well, you say that about late in the day. I think if the rumours are true that Isaac's going to Arsenal and they piss around with the rumours and all that, I think we should swipe it at the last minute and get him at Spurs.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting.
It wouldn't surprise me if they keep with an eye on that deal because I think it happened. I think it happened one time. I think Jared Bowen was going to sign for West Ham on deadline day, but then they said the talks have stalled, and then it said he had his medical and everything else, and then someone said make a late bid for him.
Yeah,
so,
I think.
So a little deal like that, and he's only down the road in West Ham. In this case, Isaac would just be up the road as well. So, but if something like that popped up, I think they're keeping a close eye on it. And I think they say, do you want to sign him? He's there for the taking. And I think we should do it. One
more player that's come to my head. Not that we've been linked with that heavily lately, but rumours of Todd Cantwell on the move tomorrow. Does that interest you? Or...
he's going to... where is he going? Bournemouth, I think he's going.
Is he? I've not seen.
I see a rumour saying I think he's going to Bournemouth on loan. No, I mean it's a strange one with Cantwell because when Norwich were in the Premier League the first time with Cantwell, he looked really good. Looked a solid lad, but I don't know what's happened. I don't know. I think he's unhappy at Norwich. He's not been the same player. I don't know. I don't think I'd have Cantwell personally. Not now, anyway. I think he's probably a Championship level player at best. So. I think striker-wise, what about Timu Puki?
Well, we've got a comment here, and you're going to love this comment. So, I think you talk about this player quite a bit. Ivan Toney.
Yeah. He's in the shit with Brentford at the minute.
Yeah, I saw that little video, but
yeah, I wonder if.
I don't think it's a Conte signing, is it? It's like an old school Tottenham signing. That Toney, it's a kind of player would sign on the Redknapp, but I don't think Conte knows much about Toney. But again, I'll take him.
I'll take him. Another English striker.
If you're spending 30 million on Douglas Luiz, I reckon 30 mil for Toney would do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I think when it's going so late on in the day, I think that's what we do. I think when it gets so late on in deadline day, I think we do make bids for like London-based players. Like, don't be surprised if we actually make a bid for Christian Benteke tomorrow.
Yeah, I've always said that.
Christian Benteke. I think Mitrovic could be a realistic signing from a London club. Ivan Toney, another one. Even Emmanuel Dennis from Watford.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a loan or permanent. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but I mean, another club that are in the shit is obviously Watford. Sacking their manager. Roy Hodgson's there as well. I think if Dennis was offered the chance to either play under Roy Hodgson or Conte,
he don't know who Hodgson is, does he? He does not.
Probably not. No, probably not. But yeah, I think make a cheeky bid on Emmanuel Dennis. He got sent off in his last match actually, so. He's got suspension to serve, but I think if you was to go for someone like that sort of player, then I'd be all for it. Eds has joined the slate. What's happening?
We've got a late arrival, Adam. Adam's a
regular. Yeah, we're bloody wrapping up now, mate.
It's deadline day soon, Adam.
He's met the deadline for the stream.
But yeah, anything else to add, then, guys? So you think maybe one signing tomorrow?
Yeah, and it'll be someone along the lines of Benteke or Emmanuel Dennis or something like that. Anyway, I mean, really, I'd like to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we see going for a late bid for someone like Isaac or another striker like Patrick Schick from Bayer Leverkusen.
What about Origi?
Yeah, actually, that's been on my mind. He's always linked with a loan move on deadline day. Him and Batshuayi.
Yeah. So I think Origi's going to have even more limited game time now, isn't he? With
Luis Diaz there as well. Yeah, I think that's a great shout there, Tel. I think make a loan deal for Origi. Liverpool might see us as a rival club. So, but that's why I think player like Benteke would be more realistic.
Yeah, so I think Benteke is out of contract in the summer. I think. I'm pretty sure he's out of contract in the summer.
Yeah, you could be right there.
Burnley wanted him, didn't they? And then they went for... They go for Workhouse, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gone for him. We was linked with him. Do you remember?
Yeah. But when we were linked with him, they wanted 30 million. And now they're getting him for like 12 million, aren't they?
It's crazy, yeah. It's bonkers. But I don't know. He probably hasn't been the same player since. I don't know if he's a goal scorer. DCO, I'll take. Yeah, I said that, Ads. Yeah, I said Calvert-Lewin.
And Lasker said Bamford. Bamford, injury-prone season, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, that's not a bad shout, Bamford. Yeah, I think Bamford would be decent. But I've seen him miss his sitters, though. I've seen him miss some clear-cut chances. And as you say, injury as well. I mean, but that's just not Bamford. That's the whole of the lead squad.
And we've got the Rangers fan, Adam. I said Defoe to enter the season. Well, you have said this already, Jermaine Defoe. I mean, I don't know if he's probably still got it. He's pretty more clinical than a Bergwijn still, but who knows? But
yeah, he still looks good. Still looks like he could do a job in the Premier League. Why not?
But that will do it for tonight's stream. So are you coming on tomorrow's stream, guys?
Are we doing a stream tomorrow? I thought we were doing one tonight. I mean, doing one obviously for tonight because we're not doing one tomorrow. I thought that was the thing. Have you got one planned for tomorrow?
I had a short one planned tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I should be able to be on that stream tomorrow.
As it's Monday, it's a Monday night Spurs show.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but we'll just do it brief and just see what's coming in, what's going out. Yeah.
That's a great shout. We've had a great last minute shout from Lask. This is a good one. Ollie Watkins.
Oh.
I think that could be our best shout of the night with Origi. But
yeah, Ollie Watkins would be great. It's all going on tomorrow. I think one player, I'm going to do one more shout while it's on my mind. I think one one striker I feel could do a job is Alfredo Morelos from Rangers.
Yeah, I've always been curious to see how he'll do in the Prem. I just don't know how good he really is, but he's got a bit of a temper, isn't he?
He has got a temper. Well, Palace, who signed Edouard from Celtic, and he's not a bad player. Quite good.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. He stepped up all right, Edouard.
Yeah, I like Edouard. I think we should have signed him. I was gutted, but again, this is where Benteke comes into it because I think Edouard's the main striker for Palace now.
Yeah, and they had Mateta, didn't they? I think they've kept him.
Yeah, Mateta, and I think Zaha plays as a striker sometimes. But yeah, so just look out for them sort of players.
Yeah, so Levy, Paratici, watching, Origi, Watkins, 30 mil, do the trick, lads. Even if you have to get Defoe, we'll have Defoe for a little bit.
Anyone would do, yeah, just someone on loan to the end of the season would be nice.
Yeah. So that's it then, guys, for tonight's not deadline day, but our transfer special stream. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe not 9 o'clock. We'll decide the time tomorrow. But we'll have a chat about some signings, if we've got any signings, and hopefully some outgoings. And we'll preview Brighton briefly. Adam is going to the game Saturday. Gaz, you going Saturday?
Not at the minute. No, I've obviously I'm meant to be isolating because of the COVID. So
we'll see then. We'll see.
Yeah.
So so tomorrow we'll preview Brighton briefly what we can. Maybe Kulaszewski and Bentancur would have signed by then. We will see. But thanks to everyone that's tuned in tonight. And Gaz, thank you for joining me once again, mate.
Yep, no problems, mate.
Hopefully get some signings in and some signings out. Get the rubbish out.
Yeah, get all the deadwood out. Yeah, and get some quality players in. Nice one.
And see you all tomorrow. Cheers, boys.
See you tomorrow. See you later.